welcome to the podcast of disaster. I'm your host, JCR1216, and joining me are my co-hosts.
41437.
You're them.
And we have a pretty interesting episode today. Today we will be talking about should classic characters be brought to the modern era. And when I mean classic, I mean the characters that we would see in the classic comics, being transitioned over to the new era. Like people like Mighty, but also people like Sally and Nicole and all those other goobers.
Personally, between yes and no.
Well, I'm going to be asking everybody these list of characters to see if you guys would like to see them come back or not.
All right.
So, the first one that I have on my table is the one I think everybody wants to know. Chris Thorndike.
No. Kill.
I thought that was Sonic X though, not like classic.
He was in some Archie comics, yes.
Yeah, I don't really have an opinion.
Sonic X had its own Archie saga, but yeah. But honestly, I think bringing back Chris would be interesting. I don't think that they will, but I think that would be kind of fun.
If they bring it, they have to make him big. Otherwise, people are gonna hate him and get him out of here. 4Kids already ruined him. If people watch the Japanese, like the original Sonic X, there's people that love Chris because most of the things he does are better explained and have some scenes that basically give more context to Chris' character, since the 4Kids deleted for some dumb reason. So yeah, people hate Chris Thorndike because they have in the memory the 4Kids stuff.
That's interesting. But that was kind of a bit to bring him up because I think we all know who people really want to talk about. But yeah, it's just interesting to me, to be honest, about just how interesting Chris is as a character. Obviously, I think one of the main reasons why people don't like Chris because they're jealous that he got to hang out with Sonic and they didn't. But
I would prefer Maria over Chris.
I think the entire fan base agrees with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just
the only time I'm on the side of the fandom here. Bring Maria instead.
Mario. But yeah, anyways, maybe it's time that we move on to a character that people actually want to hear about, and that's Sonic's original love interest, Sally Acorn.
I mean, yeah, they should and they could bring her back, since basically she's property of Sega.
I mean, who wouldn't want her back, honestly?
Yeah, she was in Sonic Pinball alongside some of their Freedom Fighters. The Sonic series, I think the one where she showed up with the Freedom Fighters, I think is canon or not. I'm not sure. So, technicality, she should have been here by now in IDW, in the games, and everywhere. I know she might show up in the new phone game, the Sonic Blitz, but I don't know. It sounds too good to
be true. Apparently, Rovio wasn't supposed to put those characters in there, but yeah, it's definitely interesting to think about because there's a lot of discussion when it comes to people like Sally, because Archie is super popular. But I'm pretty sure if they could guarantee one Archie character to come back, I would say that they would probably want Sally to come back.
Yeah, I want to see interactions of her and Yanowen, because in the past they compare her to Yanowen, to Sally, and I was like, she doesn't remotely look or does things as Sally. But I do admit an interaction of them would be nice.
I want to raise one question though. Wasn't there a character that kind of at least looked like Sally, if not debatably like it was her? Didn't she show up in a recent issue though as like a kind of a cameo in one of the IDW issues?
I think in the
that was a character that looks like Sally, and there's stipulations of that throughout IDW. We know from people in the cast that they can't really use they can't really use the Archie characters.
I mean, some of them. But Sally is not from Archie. Like, she showed up way before Archie was being collabing with Sonic. Way before the series. Literally, Sonic Pinball came before that. So, in technicality, it's basically property of Sega.
I mean, they are properties of Sega.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is definitely one of the more interesting things to talk about.
I'm pretty sure the thing they cannot use is Sawi with the Sawi with a jacket hook and the Sawi with a full clothed. I think that's the two things they cannot use because they're Archie stuff. But I'm pretty sure the old one where she doesn't have clothes, I'm pretty sure it's safe. I mean, did that look ever show up in Archie? The one with no clothes?
I don't think so.
If they don't show up, then
Ironically.
Exactly, ironically. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure some stuff of Sawi cannot be used.
Yeah.
Same with another character that was given body by Archie.
Yeah. And there's other Archie characters. I guess we could just do like a lightning round of.
Mhm.
People would like. I would like to see Bunny and Antoine come back. I think that would be really cool to see them come back. I know we have
Yeah.
Archie 1, which we haven't touched in a while. Don't worry, we're eventually going to get back onto that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, Bunny and
definitely.
Antoine also are property of Sega, but not the Archie Yukes. Same with them. The other Yuke, the one that she just have the robot arms, and Antoine being, well, actually Antoine, the Yuke that we all know of Antoine is 100% property of Sega. Archie did not change anything. So I'm pretty sure that Antoine is 100% safe to use. Same, and Bunny too. Let me see if I can find the image, because I'm pretty. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna even in the chat later in the editing. It's gonna show up from facing so everyone can see it. But those aspects, like the Sai one, the Bunny, and the Antoine, are also 100% property of Sega. They can be used.
Well, it just depends on if they want to use it or not.
True.
And that goes for a lot of the Archie characters. They own, one of the stipulations that kind of gets mixed up with the entire like Pinders thing is what Sega owns and doesn't own. They own the Freedom Fighters. They own all of those fellas.
Mhm.
They just haven't used them.
Yeah,
For
people
whatever reason.
cry. Yeah, people cry for them to come back, and Sega says no. Like, come on, if people ask for them, bring them. Come on, you are missing out. You're sleeping on them, dude. Heck, I don't want.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Sawi, but even I want her to come back. Even imagine this: a modern take of Sawi, being a princess, a new introduction of her. It will open a big world of possibilities. We can even do the same thing with. We can even put her on, I don't know, in the Soul Dimension. Like she's a princess from another kingdom.
Please.
Yeah, put it in the Soul Dimension. While boys we talk about it, it's another princess from another world asking for help.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
We're gonna see probably a rivalry between Sawi and Blaze. Like, Sonic has Shadow, Blaze has Sawi. We can have
Cooking.
so cool.
You are honestly cooking with this.
Yeah. Hey, Sega, give me a call. I got what do I do?
Honestly, that's like a no-brainer, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, why would you not pair up the two princess characters together? Like that just seems like such an obvious move.
Yeah, and since technically Eggman negative, the negative Eggman, the other, it cannot be used because he's dead 100% unlike the Eggman we know. We could have Sneep with her. Hey, you can put Sneep in the Soul Dimension. He's 100% Sega property. Who's gonna stop you, Sega?
Themselves, apparently.
True themselves. Hey, Bunny Rabbit can be basically the tails for Sawi. Antoine basically is the who can be the Knuckles? I guess we can say the Knuckles.
Knuckles doesn't really fit Antoine.
True, but who can? But at least in the trio group, in the group of a trio, Antoine could be taking the power.
What about another character that I think we would be talking about in this episode?
Trip?
No.
We'll get to Trip and Honey eventually. We'll get to the Archie guys eventually.
Well, what about Mighty?
I mean the classic characters.
Yeah. I mean Mighty and Ray did show up in Sonic Mania, but they should be.
Yeah, they are usually in the classic ones.
Yeah, but they should be on the modern era. Hey, this is something I predicted when I was talking with the fellas of the Return of Shadow in a voice call, that when Sonic Beats launches, I'm pretty sure we're going to get a comic, an IDW comic about it, and we're going to see a modern version of Ray, of Mighty, and probably if Robio gets the okay from Sega, we could see these characters. We could see the Freedom Fighters in a modern version, probably full redesign even. Heck, another character they also possibly going to be modernized are going to be Manic and Sonia, the siblings of Sonic.
There's no way they're gonna bring those back.
But they
They're,
could.
they're,
They could. In fact, modern Sonic and classic Sonic, we don't know anything about the parents. So probably we could get something like, oh yeah, Sonic actually has been missing for a long time. It has been surviving on its own. The parents could be in, I don't know, in a different island of the Sonic verse, because the Sonic world is very explored. We did not know about Trip's Island after Superstar came out. We didn't know anything. There was an island with Trip's people. Heck, so we could have an island with a full Hedgehog tribe.
that could be interesting. But
Because-
yeah, I think
Because the only Hedgehogs that we know right now are Sonic, Silver, Shadow, and Amy. There are no more Hedgehogs.
that is true.
So who knows? Maybe Sonic Blaze will say, "Oh, we would like to present you a new island that people forgot that existed. We totally not shoehorning in the Hedgehog Island. This is where all the Hedgehogs are."
But yeah, I think that's enough about the spin-off characters and the arch characters. Let's talk about actual. Well, people are gonna be mad when I make the differentiation, but let's talk about the overall classic characters.
The classic era.
So yeah, I think we're gonna save Mighty and Ray for last because I feel like they're the most interesting discussion. So let's start off with Honey.
Honey the Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the thing. Honey the Cat, the last time we saw her was in I think the Amy comic in IDW.
Yeah.
We saw her in the background with Proto Amy, the Duana Diana, what was the name of the prototype Amy?
I forget.
Yeah, Tuana, something like that. Those two were in the background, like just reading something. Which also that also opened the question. Does that mean that probably are in the Sonic world? I mean, are we in the classic side? We have the Proto Sonic, the bunny version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could be. But Honey, I remember that Archie made her not only a fighter, like she is in Sonic the Fighters, but also made her like a fashion girl. Those make the design of clothes. Who stopped Sega to literally make the same for IDW for the modern era? We can have an arc of our main characters helping Honey. That could be interesting too. Bring Honey back. People like Honey. If you don't,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna give us Sonic the Fighter 2, or you're not gonna give us Virtual Fighter with a human Honey. Always bring her to the modern era, Sega. Please, I need this. JCRC needs his wife again back. The people needs his wife.
Welcome to the podcast of disaster. I miss my wife. Yeah, it's very
I miss my
very
wife.
fun to think about Honey because she is really interesting when we come to it. But another character that's kind of like in Honey's situation is Court's favorite little person. I could have worded that a lot better. Trip the Sun Gazer.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
She-
god.
she
Oh my
showed
god.
up
Please,
once.
please,
She showed up in one
please
game.
bring her into the modern era.
Yeah,
Please.
this is the thing. She showed up in one game and in the Knuckles anniversary, and that's it. We never heard about Trip ever again. Sega,
Yeah.
please. She's
Oh
an
my god. Please bring her into
Yeah.
the modern era. Please,
a-
I'm begging you guys.
She's based on an armored lizard, those lizard with a bunch of spikes, and she has a transformation as a dragon. Tell me, Sega, wouldn't it be cool to bring Trip and have it transform into a modern dragon, a big one? I don't know. It would be hot. It would be awesome.
Also, like the story that she went through in Superstars, and then and then seeing her interact with Knuckles, like oh my gosh, that was
Yeah.
that was so good. I loved it.
Also,
Now,
treats
granted,
people.
you could argue that. Now, granted, you could argue that Knuckles kind of got robbed a little bit of having a really good 30th anniversary. That comic was really.
Mid.
I mean, you could argue in a way it was really more about her than Knuckles. I mean, I didn't really mind it, because she's my favorite character. But like, if your favorite character is like Knuckles and you read that comic, I could understand why you'd get pissed off because it's not really that much about him. So yeah, but absolutely, yeah, I'd love to see like more stories with her. I'd love to see her interact with like Cream, Blaze, or I don't know. I'm not particularly a big fan of Shadow, but Shadow's like a modern character. I'm sure there's story potential that those two could. But like, yeah,
Pretty
Sega,
sure
please.
pretty sure Trip will not talk to Shadow. Just like Geyser doesn't want to talk to Shadow.
The point is, yeah, Sega, please bring Trip the Sungazer into the modern era. I would love to
Yeah.
see what you could do with her, like in that.
Bring her people as
in those
well.
kinds of situations.
Bring Trip people as well, but with different design, please. I don't want to see literally Trip being
Yeah.
copy paste over and over and over.
Yeah, that was also interesting in that Knuckles comic. You know, getting to see her whole tribe.
But
Yeah.
they all look exactly like her, except the old one. The old
Her
one was different.
her grandpa. Yeah.
That was different. I'm surprised that Sega. I was expecting when they say we're going to see Trip people in the comic. I was expecting yes, they look like Trip, but they have different color. No, they all exactly look like her. Same color, same everything. I wanted to see a purple one.
Purple guy.
But
Yeah, it is interesting to think about Trip because she is technically the newest classic character, you know, being put into Superstars, all that stuff. I really do hope that they do bring her back because I do think the classic world does need more fleshing out. Honestly,
I mean, I think in general the whole like classic versus modern thing is a stupid mandate that shouldn't exist. But whatever, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
it definitely is interesting when you look at all of the stuff there, and I do hope that we get to see them come back and be there because it's really fun. Not only to talk about these characters, but like see these characters in action. A part of the reason why people want to see these characters back is because they're fun.
Yeah.
Like they're really fun. They're really cool, and it's nice to see them.
Like, you know why Trip is my favorite character? Because of her personality. You know, she's shy, but like when you get to know her, she'll be like your best friend, and I
she
think
can
that's
talk.
really sweet.
Because my biggest fear when it comes to like some of these classic characters that they're just gonna be like they're gonna be word dropped in the future, and like that will be it. Like how we saw with Trip in Cross Worlds, where Amy goes, "Oh, I should stop by and say hi to Trip." Like,
But we don't actually see her in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved for her to be a DLC character alongside Tangle and Whisper.
Yeah. I agree. 100% agree.
Also, Surge.
Yeah.
What happened to Surge, Sega? Oh no, she was found dead in Sonic Speed Simulator. But yeah.
Who knows? We're probably getting a Surge voice because of the Chaotix case files, which we are going to cover. We're just waiting for it to finish up so we can do a full thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Fun fact, I
had
haven't
people
watched
ask-
it yet.
Yeah, but it is really fun to think about those other characters like Trip, like Honey. But let's go over ones that actually have seen some stuff happen, and they actually were part of a game that was praised. Sonic Mania.
Yeah, and we're talking about the hooligans, right? Right?
No. We're talking about Mighty and Ray.
Yay! Mighty and Ray.
It's funny because there was like a lot of slander. There was a lot of slander of Shadow. And it was really, I know Lord M's gonna get a kick out of this, but yeah, it was really funny just to see the Mighty and Shadow fandom interact. It was sad seeing them. It was sad for me. Probably Lord M was probably one of the happiest people in the world.
Yeah. Because it was true. There was that name because of Shadow only gets W when he has a Chaos Emerald or when he sneaks on people, and they literally show game and comic stuff to back it up. And I was like, oh dear God, the war has started. They were going down each throat. People were hitting the Shadow fans with the sneaking, with the Maria and the Chaos Emerald stuff, and the Shadow fans were hitting the Mighty fans with, hey, when was the last time Mighty was relevant in a game? And I was like, oh shit, this is real. This is not joking.
DLC.
Yeah, DLC, but I was like, oh damn, this is serious. I need to get some popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really funny just to see all that go down.
Yeah.
But in the
end, they just call it even and make pace with both fandoms. It was at the end it was just fun at the end of the day, and both fandoms became back at peace.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really fun though to talk about Mighty and Ray. There's been a lot of discussion about wanting them to be there. Obviously people wanted to see it was really fun to see stuff like that go on.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah.
It really is cool.
Also, people want Mighty and Ray back because I was in the modern era, because the first appearance of them was on Sega Sega Superstar or something like that, or Sega Sonic Stars, with the arcade thing. Then Mighty show up in the Chaotix, replacing Sonic, because Sonic and Tail were supposed to be with the Chaotix, but they got scrapped out of fear. And then they went missing and just get a few mentions on Sonic Generations, and then they got added as DLC as in Sonic Mania, and that's the last time we ever saw them ever again.
Yeah, it is sad to see just the way that they've been kind of put to the side over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Because Mighty and the Archie comics was really fun to see.
Yeah, he was not afraid to throw hands, just like Knuckles. Mighty, for me, as I see him, is a combination of Knuckles and Sonic in a way. And Ray's basically Tails, but if it was more awesome, so forth. But Ray's better for me.
But don't you go slandering my boy Tails. I love him.
All right, next fandom war: Ray versus Tails. Who's the best psychic? and then the Marine fandom come back from the dead.
Ooh. I like Ray too though, but like I think Tails just barely beats him out.
Yeah. Actually, in order to win the war, you have to say how many games Ray has on his name, and that's it. You win, because Tails has 2 games. Tails has 2 games.
Yeah.
And that's it. You win the war.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, Ray also is awesome, because it's a flying squirrel, and I think it's the only character that is a flying squirrel. Mighty is the only armadillo that we know that exists, besides his sister in the Archie. But who cares about her? She showed up like 5 times and that's it. What else? What else? We also saw them in the animation of Sonic Mania. I think we also saw it in the background in the Amy comic with Honey and Tiara. So why stopping Sega to bring them to the modern era? People were asking for them.
I guess they just really don't care or something.
Somebody theorized on Twitter that probably it's a mandate that some characters should stay on classic era and others should be hard-coded on modern era.
Just again, really, really stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It should not exist.
That's a little silly.
Yeah, if I was the owner of Sega, I would remove that certain rules, and yet the right.
I am a Sega investor.
All right, force him to remove that rule. Let us have the classic characters.
I would have to buy the company.
Ah, fuck. How much does it cost? $3?
Give me $5 billion.
All right.
Can you give me $5 billion?
Sorry, I don't have that much money, unfortunately.
What about $67?
I'll think about it.
Think about the number. But yeah, Sega, please, Ray and Mighty.
Yeah. Before we wrap up.
No. Yeah, basically all these characters, I would say, please just give them some spotlight in the modern era.
Yeah. Speaking of giving spotlight, what happened to the hooligans? Bark, Bean, Fang, especially Bark and Bean. Bark and Bean only Bean show up as an illusion on Sonic Mania, and Fang show up as an illusion in Sonic Mania, and then had a complete appearance on Superstars as a boss.
Sonic Superstars, yeah.
Yeah. Also, he was a boss again in Sonic Double Trouble, that old Game Gear game. He was in Sonic the Fighters along with Bark and Bean, and that's it. Come on, Sega. I know you want to. I know you love Fang, but give the same love to Bean and Bark.
Yeah, just so that we touched on them, Tanika the Canary and the British Sonic people.
British.
It would be nice to see British. The British.
Yeah. What was the name of the bat, of the black bat of Leadway Sonic? Because I remember people like her because she gave a home to Super Sonic when he was good because of amnesia. yeah, bring her back. Give her. I don't know. Add her in the background, like she's the owner of a cafe, and we see her in the background taking care of people. You can do that. You don't have Sega. I mean, you are. I'm pretty sure the freeway stuff is still owned by Sega. In a way, at least.
Yeah. It is overall really intriguing to like talk about though. Really is really intriguing.
Mm-hmm. Also, another character that people forget he existed because it only showed up, I think, once, was the form that Metal Sonic was going to have in Sonic the Fighters, Rocket Metal Sonic. He only showed up in the intro of the game, and that's it. Well, I know it's supposed to be like an alternate form for Metal Sonic, but why stopping Sega to bring that back and give it some special gimmicks? They brought back Mecha Sonic. They brought back one of the Gammas, Metal Knuckles. But you're not gonna. Heck, what happened to Tails though? What happened to Tails though?
Oh God.
Yeah, bring Tails though. Don't bring the Archie version of Tails though. Don't bring the Archie that cosmic horror thing of the Eldritch horror from Archie. No, bring the actual Tails though. The last time we saw him was in Sonic Adventure.
Well, technically, there was a cameo from Tails doll in Sonic Superstars, but I can't think of any other appearance.
Yeah, but in the modern era, you have him. And what was the last appearance of that Tails doll? Sonic Adventure 1. And that's it. The prototype Metal Sonic only show up in Sonic Adventure 1 and Winter Jam.
Yeah. It is nuts to think about characters that have been taken, all that stuff. Yeah. There is one character though I think we can all agree that we would want to see back or into the series.
Which
is
Lanofish.
we need the Lanofish cannon.
Yes, we need Lanofish cannon and not Floof shooting me out of a cannon.
Okay, anything else to talk about?
Hey, Mighty, why there's a fish here? Why is the fish getting cannon before us? Mighty, this is not fair.
I am Lanofish. Lanofish here. Hello, I am Lanofish. I go blub blub. Hello, I am Lanofish.
Mighty, this is not fair. A fish is getting modernized before us. Everyone, let's riot. Let's kill Sega. All right, people.
Hello, I am Lanofish.
People who wants to animate that, good luck, because I won't do it. What were you saying, Cord?
Yeah.
Before we brain rot with Lanofish. Cord?
What? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
What did you say before we interrupt you?
No, I'm just wondering if there's any. Are there any other characters we didn't mention, or besides that one? Obviously.
I was about to mention the Chronicle characters, but they are owned by certain someone, so I guess we have to ignore them.
Oh God, I don't want to get sued by Ken Hunters. Please don't do that. To avoid further lawsuits, that will be it.
I know. I don't know what.
As I was saying too.
I just say, if Sega has to buy a character from that person, it has to be Shay, because that's the only interesting character from Chronicles. So speaking of Shay, what happened to Tikal? When was the last time Tikal was around in the modern era?
Wait, but Tikal debuted in Adventure though. That's a modern game, isn't it?
Yeah, but we never saw her ever again.
Okay, I mean that's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
In fact, is it supposed Tikal be also in the classics because of the Master Emerald?
Well, to avoid future further lawsuits, that'll be it for this episode of the Podcast of Disaster. As always, be good to yourselves, others, and mothers, and we will see you next time.
Bye everyone.
Bye.